What's going on, you guys? It's your Huggable Hipster here, and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to be diving into my mini review, because the full game isn't out yet, for Forgive Me Father 2. The developers of this game, Byte Barrel, put this game into early access, so if you want, you guys can check it out on Steam. I'll leave a link down in the description below. I was actually sent this game on Lurkit, so thank you so much to the publishers. I want to get their name right. Fulqrum Publishing. Thank you guys so much for sending me a copy of the game. Now, who else remembers the game House of the Dead? I know I do. This game, Forgive Me Father 2, kind of reminds me of an old school shooter type vibe with this. What was really cool about this game is how it instantly reminded me of the House of the Dead, which originally came out in '96. Well, I should clarify, it came out for the Sega in '96. The way you can just shoot or slash at these infected creatures, it is so incredibly well done in the aspect of a classic shooter. And that's one thing that was actually interesting about the game. It was broken up into levels. They give you, for the demo, the very first phase or level of the game. So in a sense, it's very much a callback to that, again, classic shooter games, those arcade games that we all used to play when we were young. The next thing I want to discuss is basically my only negative of the demo is that I got really bad motion sickness from this game. It kind of reminded me of when I went in to play Dead Space Remake 1 and I was in the anti-gravity zones. I would get really bad motion sickness with that area. I know I mentioned it in the review and a lot of you guys were like, well, I didn't know that. That really helped. So if any of you have motion sickness, please just consider, where all the variables of how intense your motion sickness or vertigo is before you dive into this game. I would move around and I would feel like I'm spinning the entire time. Like, it's very, 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 very sensitive. So I went in and I saw x-axis and y-axis sensitivity. I'm like, okay, maybe this is what they, the sensitivity that, I need to adjust. And it helped it a tiny bit, but it wasn't to the point of where, like, okay, all of the sensitivity was gone entirely. There was still a lot of sensitivity there. And next up is the graphics. The graphics were so good. Again, it reminds me of the House of the Dead, those old school classic shooter zombie games of where you would just go in and wreck the place. The art style is amazing. The music is very fitting, very Doom-like, very grunge, very 90s. And it just fits into what I am so nostalgic about. It's just those classic 90s, early 2000s vibes. But again, was a really fun game. Besides getting motion sickness with this, it was really, really fun. Again, I advise heavily, please, depending on the variant of motion sickness that you have, please just, that's the one caveat I would have with this game, is to know your own sensibilities and understand, like, if you play this, you might get motion sickness. That's one thing that I just hope that the developers work on, is a more of a way to cull the sensitivity of the mouse and how everything is around the player, because while the shooting and while the way you attack enemies, it's very on point, it's very well done, and the way in which the sensitivity goes, it's like if I point at one character, I'm zooming around the room the next, like I'll take my mouse and I'll point it like this way. Like, just that much will send me across looking at the other side of the room. Like, I don't have to move much to be like, oh, okay, I'm on the other side now. So, again, very sensitive, very quick, but the shooting is very accurate, and it's very much, again, very reminiscent of old school shooting games. But you guys, that was my review for Forgive Me Father 2. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you all like my face and what I do, please be sure to subscribe and hit that bell down below. I make videos every day here on YouTube. Thank you again to Fulqrum Publishing for sending me this game, and congrats to Byte Barrel for Forgive Me Father 2. This game is really, really fun. And for those of you who do not have motion sickness and can handle the game, I hope you guys enjoy it. Let me find your worth in the waking world, your hunter. Stay casually nerdy, and I will see you all in the next video. Umbasa.